Shalawam. I'm your brother Yahawah from the branch of GMS, South Carolina Midlands. And before we start off, all praise, honor, and glory belongs to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, HaQadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. And Shalawam to you hopeful elect, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you I say Shalawam. The prophets of the Lord have been warning you. Alright? The prophets of Yahawashi have been warning you. Alright? Through the spirit and the power of Yahawashi for many years, many decades, many moons. Yahawashi has been warning the nation of Israel concerning the very times that we're in right now. Alright? As it pertains into the great evils that's about to befall this place, America, Babylon the Great, and this world. Alright? As it pertains into Jacob's trouble. Alright? A great time of trouble that's going to befall so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of today, the Lord's chosen people. And not only Israel, all the world, all the nations in this earth and within Babylon the Great is about to feel this great time of trouble known as Jacob's trouble. Alright, and it's a time to where Yahawashi is going to be bringing great judgment, alright, on this world, and specifically on his people, the nation of Israel. Alright? And he's going to be using his left-hand side, the sword on the left-hand side, being this devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Alright? To bring in, this new world order. Okay? Where this devil plans to micro-C-hip everybody here in the planet Earth. Alright, this devil wants you under this digital prison, this digital grid. Alright, and he wants to put that RFID micro C-hip inside of you. Alright, and how is he going to go about trying to establish this new world order? Through order out of chaos. Alright, that's the method, alright, to this devil's madness. Alright, it's going to be through order out of chaos. Okay, different poly-crises, right? The collapse of the dollar. Okay, the collapse of society. Okay, a famine, alright, whether it's orchestrated by the so-called white man, which ultimately is orchestrated by Yahawashi, alright, diseases, alright, another plan, demic, okay, a poly crises, man. Alright, this devil plans on bringing the order that he's trying to bring, which is a new world order, out of the chaos. And this devil wants to roll out this new MOTB, alright, this new digital system to replace the old form of buying and selling. Okay, and the prophets have been warning you. The prophet has been warning us. We all received the same warning from Yahawashi, alright, from one teacher or another. Alright, and mainly, alright, starting with the teachers, the elders, and the apostles of Great Millstone on down. Okay, teaching 100% truth of Yahawashi, letting you know, alright, the sweet and the bitter as it pertains into these scriptures, as it pertains unto prophecy. Alright, yeah, we know the kingdom of heaven is about to be established in this earth. Esau, the so-called white man, is about to go down, taken out of power. Yahawashi is about to return. We're about to receive immortal bodies. We're about to receive a crown of life. Okay, we're about to rule over the heathen. Okay, but before we get to the kingdom of Yahawashi, we must go through much tribulation, and that's Acts 14 and 22. Okay, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High, Yahawashi. Alright, and that comes with this devil bringing the persecution. Alright, us being persecuted for righteousness' sake, according to St. Matthew, the 5th chapter. Okay, so we know we're going to have to go through it to get to it. Alright, and what have we been warning about through the Spirit? Alright, it's a great time of trouble, man. Jacob's trouble. Right? Revelation 12:12. Hey, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, the Greek word diablos, the false accuser, the slanderer. Remember, this devil, he is the devil according to the Bible. He is the wicked according to the Bible. And he's about to demonize this truth. He's about to demonize us serving Yahawashi. Label us as militant, label us as terrorists, label us as the problem. When this devil brings his false flags, okay, blame it on the Israelites. Alright, use different sellout camps. Alright, use different carnal lights, doing carnal things that will get the ministry blame. Okay, this devil about to demonize this truth. Okay, and we're about to be lumped up with these niggas out here. Alright, but Yahawashi is going to vindicate. The Lord is going to be with his elect. But this is us, giving the 100% truth, the 100% warning of Yahawashi. Alright, we're approaching this time known as the hour of temptation. We're entering into the times, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, and it's about to escalate. Alright, shit is about to hit the fan. Okay, persecution is coming. Alright, and guess what? Yahawashi about to wrap this thing up as it pertains to us giving the warning. Alright, pretty soon these things that we warn about is going to be here. Many of the signs, many of the prophecies is already showing forth on how close we really are to all this hitting in the second return of our Lord and our Savior Yahawashi. And pretty soon these times, these great time of trouble, when shit hits the fan, it's going to be here. The hour of temptation, the persecution of the devil upon the church of Yahawashi, upon the Israelites, it's going to be here. Alright? And guess what? Wisdom and knowledge, Isaiah 33:6, the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Alright? Wisdom and the knowledge, the truth that you've obtained. Alright? While you had this grace period, the time to get right, to repent to Yahawashi and seek the Lord. Alright, getting the answers by the prophets, the teachers, the messengers of Yahawashi. That time is coming to an end. Okay? The Lord is about to bring a famine of the word, which is also prophecy, Amos 8:11-12. Alright, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahawashi. And if you've been taking heed to the warning of the prophets, the Lord is bringing a literal famine in the land. But the worst famine of all is when you ain't going to be able to get access to his word and his truth, to the prophets of Yahawashi, to inquire, to answer any questions that you have pertaining to the scriptures, pertaining to prophecy, pertaining to the present and the future and the past. The prophets got the answers. Alright, and it's important that while the doors of mercy is still open and while you got this grace period, to take heed. Take heed into the warning, the truth of Yahawashi being spoken through his prophets. Because as we're quoting Amos 8:11, you ain't going to be able to hear the word of the Lord here shortly. The prophet's going to be removed off the highways and the byways. This devil's going to regulate the internet through the spirit and the power of Yahawashi. Because that's going to be the Lord's will. Eventually, the warning is going to stop going out. And then what? 2/3 wicked niggas going to what? They're going to do? They're going to run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord. But, well, guess what? And shall not find it. Because niggas like to wait until it's too late. You don't want to wait until it's too late as it pertains to getting right with Yahawashi, taking heed to the word of the Lord. It's the words that we speak unto you, according to St. John, the 6th chapter. They are spirit and they are life. It's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words we speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. It's important that you take heed unto this word of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, because if you not, Proverbs 21:16, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And majority of our people, especially here in America, Babylon the Great, 2/3 that is, are spiritually dead. The congregation of the dead, spiritual walking dead. And the Lord is eventually, in these times, known as Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, and eventually, when the Lord brings great judgment to America, Babylon the Great, the lake of fire, the second death, niggas is about to burn. Niggas about to be destroyed, evaporated, turning to dust, powder, literally. Cooking their body, their flesh, and their spirit in the lake of fire, man. And it's all been warned through the spirit and the power of Yahawah by his prophets. So let me get this article. I'm going to let this video play. And Lord with us is edifying to the elect. Nothing long. Just a quick in transit. Alright, pray and hope this is edifying and informative to the elect. Now, as you read this article from NBC News, alright, and this article dates back to November the 12th, 2025. So just recent, this week, this past week, alright, this week rather, it says it's curtains for the penny after more than 2 centuries in circulation. What is that saying? The penny is no longer being made. The penny is no longer being made. Meaning what? However many pennies, which I think is like 300 something billion. Alright, I'm gonna let this little video play. But however many pennies is out there, alright, whether niggas is hoarding it up, whether it's in couches or whatever, they stopped manufacturing the penny. So pretty much they're done with the penny. And guess what? It's going to domino and trickle effect into the nickel. Alright? Domino and trickle effect into the dime, to the quarter. And we already know the devaluing of the dollar. Similar to the telltale sign of ancient Roman Empire. The devaluing of the currency, the denaries. Okay? They started mixing the metals, cheaper metals within the denaries. Okay? Same with the US dollar. It was taken off the gold standard, I believe back in the 70s. Alright? And from then it's been a downhill spiral, and the purchasing power of the FRNs, or the USD, the dollar, has not the same buying power as it was back then. And eventually they're going to do away with it altogether. And the scriptures say so, because they're about to, Revelation 13:16 through 17, implement the RFID microchip, the charagma, the mark, the Greek word charagma, a physical incision, a physical mark that's going to be placed into enforce. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, all right, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their forehead, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma. Alright? That's the times that we're approaching. That's the times that we're warning about. That's the trumpet, the sound of the trumpet that we're blowing. Okay? Giving you the correct warning. Okay? And we have what? A more sure word of prophecy. We know these things about to hit. We see where things are headed. Okay? While over in the UK, they being enforced by the end of, I believe it's called a parliament over there. Alright, by the end of whatever, I believe they call it a parliament, but, you know, in other words, the term, alright, of the leader over there, you know, they're going to have a digital ID, or they're not going to be able to go to work. Hence what? Not going to be able to pay bills, because they ain't going to be able to work, because if they don't accept the digital ID. Where is it all headed? All, like in the words of the elder apostles and brothers of great millstone and the elder bishops, all roads lead to the MOTB. Prophecy of Yahawah is about to hit, be fulfilled. Isaiah 55:11, the Lord told us that his words will not come back to him void. Okay? You believe that or not? Well, we believe it. And we know these things are going to happen. And we're not going to bug out. Because finishing out Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. This word is going to be on the membranes of the elect. Knowing what times they're in. Knowing what's about to happen next. Knowing that Esau loses in the end and that we win. And that Yahawashi is going to deliver us and be with us. Protect us. That's going to be us having faith in Yahawashi and his word. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And there's many benefits to the fear of the Lord. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So this is how we got the truth anyway. Through the fear of the Lord. Okay? How do we believe the truth? Through the gift of faith. Ephesians 2:8. Okay? The fear of the Lord is also what? The beginning of wisdom. Alright? It was created with the faithful in the womb. It was always predestined for the elect to fear the Lord, to receive the wisdom, this truth, and to have the gift of faith. Okay? It's all predestination. Alright? Also with the fear of the Lord comes protection. Psalms 34:7. The fear of the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright? Salakia. The angel, the angel of the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Okay? So, hey, there's many benefits to the fear of the Lord. So when it says the fear of the Lord is his treasure in Isaiah 33:6, it's quite literal. The elect fear the Lord. The elect have been given access to all these benefits through the fear of the Lord. To have the truth, to know the truth, to believe it, and to be protected, and to be delivered. Okay? So, I'm going to let this video play. The penny, just giving the 411 on the penny being out of circulation. Eventually this devil gonna take all the currency, especially the dollar, out of currency. So all these niggas that sell out for the bag, alright, scrapping up the doctrine of Yahawashi, not teaching the names for the bag. To all the sellouts in the industry, pushing poison and wickedness on our people, whether it be music, whether it be movies, entertainment. Okay, he sold out for nothing. Okay, because they all gonna have to take the MOTB to obtain that wealth, to retain that wealth. Okay, and us hopeful members of the elect, we know not to take that device, that RFID, that this devil is eventually about to roll out, because there's penalties. Revelation 14:9 and 10. If you take that karama, you conform, you've been in need of Esau, you're going to be destroyed with fire and brimstone before the presence of the Lamb. Alright, and, the angels of Yahawashi being the elect that make it on the chariots and the heavenly hosts, that's going to be with Hamashiach, man. Alright, it's penalties for taking that device, being disobedient. Not taking heed to the truth of Yahawashi, the warning of Yahawashi is penalties. Okay? And niggas about to find that out the hard way.
Tonight, after more than 230 years in circulation, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia pressing the last ever American penny.
We're saying goodbye to the penny today.
U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach on hand for the historic moment as production of the 1-cent coins officially comes to an end. The final 2 pennies going up for auction.
It's still legal tender, and we have over 300 billion of them in circulation.
Earlier this year, President Trump calling the coin wasteful as the cost to produce just 1 penny is now almost 4 times its face value.
The penny is gone.
For years, it's been a hotly debated issue. Nightly News did this report way back in 1990.
You hear that? The cost to make the penny, it costs more than 4 times just to make 1 penny. They can't afford to even make the damn penny. It's over, man. This place is over.
90 about the first congressional bill attempting to eliminate the ill-fated coin.
Them in circulation.
Earlier this year, President Trump calling the coin wasteful, as the cost to produce just 1 penny is now almost 4 times its face value.
The penny is gone.
For years, it's been a hotly debated issue. Nightly News did this report way back in 1990 about the first congressional bill attempting to eliminate the ill-fated coin.
When we put a few pennies on the sidewalk, no one bothered to pick them up.
But despite its growing irrelevance, the abrupt death of the penny has left some banks and businesses scrambling. Let's say that you go to a store and the cost is $5.53. You're paying in cash.
Yep.
What do you tell the customer?
So right now, the vast majority of our members are going to round that up to the nearest nickels.
Retail trade groups now urging Congress to establish...
They're going to round it up to the next nickel. You got 53 cents you got to pay. They're going to round it up to the nearest nickel. Now you paying 55 cents. These devils about to get over. The people about to boil over. It's all coming to a head, man. The road to the MOTB, the collapse of the dollar, the collapse of the system, collapse of society as we know it. This devil trying to establish his enterprise, his new world order, and Yahawah ain't gonna allow it to be successful. And the Lord gonna destroy this devil's kingdom, deliver his elect in the process. And the elect gonna come down and rule in the earth, joint heirs with Yahawashi, to establish dominance, order, and righteousness in this earth forever. That's where it's all leading to. That is the hope. The kingdom of Yahawashi, the kingdom of Israel.
A national standard for rounding cash transactions. But tonight, many just saying goodbye.
We're going to have a moment of mourning.
Sharing their thoughts for a penny. Liz Kreutz, NBC News.
So yeah, I'm gonna let this last video play. I pray and hope that this is edifying to the body of the hopeful elect scattered abroad throughout the 4 corners of the earth. That I say shalawam, shalawam to the hopeful elect, and subscribe to the brother's channel, The Hopeful Elect 3, and be edified and be informed. Alright, with that I say shalawam, shalawam to the hopeful elect.
Society. From cash to microchip, more and more control all over the world, especially here in the Western world, Sweden, now England, digital ID. They want to have a cashless society. More and more control, so they can see what you buy and sell. The mark of the beast, 666. You cannot buy or boss, you need to blip everything in the screen. Blip, 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 blip. App. Everything is app. The dating is app. The world is app. Relationship is app. It's robotic. Everything is in this app. Everything is digital. Soon, blip, blip. Now they don't even take cash in the stores. In places. Some places take cash. If you're gonna buy food, they take cash. But other places don't take cash. Cash is good. You should take cash everywhere. Cash is still money. Cash is king. Now cash is not king. Card is king. But then you don't even know how much you buy, you spend. What you do with the money. At least cash, you can see it. You have paper. Now it's not paper. Now it's digital. Now it's